talking about? Love. Self-love to me means that I find appreciation and love from within. Mentally, physically, I don't have to rely on someone else to feel appreciated, loved, and accepted. I think self-love is really important right now. It's something that's getting talked about right now quite a bit more because a lot of people are realizing that the standards that we've lived with for so long in media and pressures in society aren't necessarily something that we have to live up to all the time. And a lot of times the most confident people that we know or find are people who just appreciate themselves and are unique by themselves without having to worry about outside forces. My favorite way to show self-love to myself, I mean, I guess that's the definition of self-love, but my favorite way to show self-love is to do the things that I love doing. And a lot of times that's not caring about actually getting any work done. My version of self-love is sitting at home, watching Gilmore Girls, eating Maltesers, and drinking tea. Either that, or reading a novel, doing a crossword, basically being an old lady. And it's different for every person, so I'm not saying that has to be your version of self-love. That's just how I personally feel it. So discovering what your favorite things are to do and not letting yourself feel guilty about experiencing them is also a form of self-love. Admitting that you love the Gilmore Girls and that you want to watch them with your boyfriend all the time is a version of self-love. It's small, but it's significant, and it matters. Having a boyfriend that works a very creative job like mine, it can be hard to spend time alone or feel like I'm regenerating myself by myself because I also work a very creative job. I get to do fun stuff like this, which is great and fulfilling in its own way, but I don't get a lot of time to just sit in a room with a face mask on and not dealing with anyone else. The good thing is my boyfriend is very good at shutting his mouth and very good at sitting on the other side of the bed without touching me. When I want it, I want it. When I don't, I don't. Aside from that, I think I do a good job of making a point to be like, I love you, but right now, I need this mental space by myself. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're being a bitch or you're being mean. It just means that you need time to regenerate by yourself, and that is not a problem. And so if I spend an extra hour in the shower, there's no judgment, other than the fact that I'm ruining the environment, but I do need to stop doing that. God damn it. Can you believe nature's beauty, all for us? Gorgeous. My favorite time of day. All right, let's talk about that beautiful body of yours. Body positivity has never been more of a hot topic than it is now, but it's also never been harder to be body positive. And the reason for that is social media. I'm always comparing myself to everyone I'm scrolling through on Instagram, on Twitter. Everyone's so beautiful, and that's not a problem. But that doesn't mean that you're any less beautiful. You have to remember, the beauty of one person doesn't negate from your own beauty. The line between narcissism and feeling empowered is a very, very fine line, but I think it's also hard to define that for yourself because I think any chance you can to feel good about yourself and feel empowered is good naturally. And I think a lot of times seeing that from the outside can be viewed as narcissism. But narcissism does not have to equate feeling empowered or feeling good about yourself. I don't think looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking, yeah, I look terrific right now is a bad thing, ever. But I think someone who is standing right next to you and sees you say that could probably think that's narcissism. Narcissistic thinking is being obsessive. It's different than being empowered. Obsession is always worrying about what you look like, whereas being empowered is knowing that you look great no matter what. I think everyone feels shitty about themselves, about how they look or how they feel at some point in their lives. Actually, there's a whole hormonal chart for women, very interesting, about how sometimes you can feel really shitty during certain parts of the month entirely because of your hormones. Some advice that I would give is just know that you're not gonna feel great all the time, and that's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean you look any different. It just means that you don't feel great that day. Practice that self-love that we talk about. Make yourself feel better. Do a face mask. Do a little extra time on your mascara if that makes you feel better. Whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable or self-confident, get into that. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that changes your physical appearance. It can be something that makes you just feel better. Welcome to my sunset room. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh my god, it's stunning.
Isn't it? Healthy adult relationships that last more than a week. How does that happen? Who knows? I should probably know. I've been in a relationship for 3 years and it's pretty successful. I love the shit out of him. I feel like most adult relationships start with communication. Everyone in your life is going to tell you that, but it's true. Being honest and open is also being honest with yourself and being honest with what you want in a relationship. And that's why the relationship works, because if you're not hiding something from someone and you're not putting yourself down to make someone else feel better, you will always feel an equal partner in a relationship. And that's what's most important in an adult relationship. Both parties deserve respect. The best part about being in a relationship, I'm not gonna lie, is that you get to binge series together and you will always get to share your opinion. Like, I know, right? Can you believe Stranger Things season 2? I can't even understand what just happened. Let's talk about it. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of my favorite things about a relationship. But also, one of my favorite things about being in an actual relationship, an actual adult relationship that doesn't just involve Netflix, is being able to share your highs and lows in life with someone and feeling like you have an ear/shoulder to hear/lean on at any given time. And I think that's something that's so important in a healthy relationship, is that both people feel like they can come to a common ground and talk about something with love and affection and every other wonderful thing about a relationship involved in that. You can celebrate someone's successes with them. You can comfort someone in the low points in their life. And I think that's all anyone's ever really looking for in life, is someone who understands and appreciates them in a deeper sense. I think in this world, there are a lot of different people, and the differences in someone can be the thing that attracts you to them. I am a very extroverted person. My boyfriend is very introverted, although he has way more friends than I do, so I don't know how that works out. But you know, the opposites in someone can attract you to them. That's a very real thing, but I don't think necessarily being the exact opposite to someone is always a great selling point. I think finding common ground is important. Even if you're different people at heart, you should be similar or have similar goals in life. Either way, you want to be on the same page about real life issues, but everything else, personality, goals in life, those are things that can be worked with, melded with, and something that you can appreciate about someone rather than detract from. You don't have to be the exact same person to love that person, but also you gotta be cool with the same things. You gotta be in tune with what matters in life. So we've talked about self-love, we've talked about body positivity, and we've talked about relationships. The start and the end to life. I'm kidding, not really. There's kind of a melange of all those things in here, but as you can tell, we started with self-love, ended with relationships, because you gotta love yourself, appreciate your body, appreciate yourself before you can love someone fully. Love yourself before you love anyone else. I feel like Beyonce said that, or Nicki Minaj, and I will attribute that quote to them. Whoever said it, let's put the quote somewhere. It might have been no one. It's just me. Quote me. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you liked this, make sure to go shop these beautiful clothes, because we got some cool stuff. So go check it out. And go kiss yourself for me. On your arms, in the mirror, go kiss yourself.